In this video, I'm going to share with you the best side hustle in 2024 that I promise you no one's talking about and you probably never heard of either. I didn't know about this when I first stumbled into it, and ultimately I want to share with you exactly how I've been able to always make $10,000 or more per month from my home. And I promise you, you've never heard of this, and it's basically by selling something invisible. It's kind of crazy, it doesn't make sense, but in this video I'm going to break it all down. First thing I want to give you is I'm going to give you guys some proof of why you should even listen to me, give you some real results, and ultimately share with you, number two, what this is, what I'm even selling, or how did I make this money. And third, I'm going to give you guys actionable steps that you can take right now. So after this video, you can go right in and actually learn how to do exactly what I'm doing. I was a kid who knew nothing about this industry and happened to figure it out. So let me give you guys some results on what I did so you can get started. First thing is, you can see here, there's a bank account screenshot. When I heard about this business, I had $6,183 in my bank account. I was like, well, I'm going to go all in and figure out if this actually works. And I've been able to make six figures every single year doing what I'm about to share with you because of some of these sales results. You can see in my first month in this business, I did $271,234 in sales, which led to a six-figure income. And ultimately, you can see in some months in November, this is profit result, this is income. Bottom line, $26,000. That was one of the best months I had in this business. And ultimately, what I'm going to share with you is how you can actually get paid selling what's called high commissionable insurance products, which are basically invisible products to people who need life insurance. So keep watching, but I'm going to share with you what we did. You can see getting thousands of dollars each day, basically by selling final expense life insurance, which I'm going to document here in a second. And ultimately, too, you can see how I turned $1,400 into over $31,000 in profit by doing what I'm about to share with you. And ultimately, over here at Legacy Family Life, our first year we built the business. We did over $1 million in sales with this side hustle that I turned into a business that completely changed my life. And I want to give you guys everything I learned in this video so that you can take action and hopefully change your life after this video. First thing I want to share with you is, what in the heck is this and what are you doing? Number one, it is selling burial life insurance. It is basically funeral insurance. I would never found myself in this business. I knew nothing about it, but I know there's a lot of opportunity and there's a lot of money to be made. Quick little sidebar is that 10,000 Americans every single day turn 65. And with the economy getting worse and worse and worse, most seniors don't have $5,000 or $10,000 in their savings account to pay for their funeral when they die. So what do? Is they use insurance products to pay for their burial expenses when they die. So what I do and what we work for, what I'm going to teach you here, is that we work with seniors who are on fixed incomes, Social Security between the ages of 50 and 80. They are so sweet typically, but they don't have a lot of support. They don't have family members that are going to help them financially. So what we do is we find these people, we have a product, I'm going to share with you, you sell them the product and it helps them sleep better at night because ultimately their funeral and final expenses will not be passed on to their daughter or their sons or their family members. Fortunately, a lot of people are sick, they die, and this huge burden gets passed on to loved ones, and there's a huge need for it. Look at all these massive insurance companies like Mutual of Omaha that is owned by Warren Buffett. Like, this is a huge opportunity to make a lot of money. Let me explain how you can kind of get in and what you need to do. So let's go through the steps here for us. The first step is that I got licensed to sell life insurance a few years ago, and I took what's called a 215 license. What I did there is I went to Excel, which is a pre-exam test. I studied for my life insurance using that pre-exam test. I then scheduled an in-person life insurance exam, passed that exam with a 70%, and voila, I became Peter Life Insurance Guy when I passed that exam. Now, I didn't know what I was doing, so I want to share with you kind of how to get started and ultimately how to even make money with this. First thing that you have to do is I had to find what's called an IMO, basically a marketing organization that is going to allow you to sell products. Okay. So I'll share with you kind of how to find your IMO. The IMO is going to give you the commission, and they're also going to give you your contract rate, which is really important. And just a sidebar, it's important that you work with an IMO that you can trust, that has good reviews, that is not going to recruit you in an MLM company. So look up top IMOs on Google, call them, research them. If I had to restart, I'm not plugged with any company, but I would probably work with a company called Digital BGA. I just heard great things, and if I had to restart, they're really ethical. Find an IMO that you can work with. Now, with the IMO, you're going to actually get appointed with the carriers. Let me talk about this for you here. Basically, what you do is you become what's called like a middleman, and you are a broker. Okay. So basically, these insurance companies are looking for people to sell their products. This is where you can make all your money. These insurance companies are saying, hey, we have a final expense product. We need people to sell this. And you can be the guy that can sell their product, and they're going to pay you in the back end high commissions because you went out there, you found people, and you sold the product product, and ultimately in insurance in general, it's a high commissional product. So you're going to become the middleman. Some of these companies that you're going to partner with are like Mutual of Omaha, Aflac, you're going to work with AIG, you're going to work with Gerber. And I also want to share with you more about the product. So I created this little burial insurance like little chart. What you sell is whole life insurance. The product that you sell is what's called whole life. What that means is that they're going to be $5,000 to $40,000 whole life policies. Whole life meaning it will be there for them for the rest of their life. So when they die today or in 20 years, it's going to pay their family money to pay for their funeral expenses. It's also going to be what's called a fixed premium product, meaning that it's something where the costs aren't going to go up and down, so people get locked in for life. And ultimately, the clients are going to pay for this product until they die. The minute that they die, this piece of paper that you sold them and made a lot of money on, they're going to turn that into the insurance company and they're going to get this money. But along the way, you're also going to receive what's called residual income, so that you can also make a little kickback every single month that they pay for their premium. And just for a sidebar, the top companies I put down here: AIG, Aetna, SBLI, Transamerica, Gerber, and Mutual. Those are the common companies that I like to use, that all you need to find is get contract with them and you can make the same amount of money and do well in this industry as well. Basically, you become the middleman, you become what's called like an independent agent. Now that you have a license, now that you have a product to sell, here's where you actually make your money and how you actually do well in this industry, and it's by selling the product. And the product that you sell is literally a contract. Miss Betty, you're going to pay this policy. When you die, your dog's going to get this money. These products are amazing because there are absolutely no fulfillment. You literally just have to find people, sell them something, and then the insurance company will do all the back end fulfillment. Like they'll do the death claim, they'll do the policy printing. So it's one of the best businesses I just randomly discovered because I don't have to have inventory. I don't have to have all these headaches of trying to understand my cost of goods. I literally just have to find people and sell them a product. And here's how you find the people. There's 3 ways that I did and that you can when it comes to finding people. And this is called leads. Okay. Basically, there's 3 types of leads that you're going to do. Some companies will say, go get friends and family. I never did that. I would recommend that you do this. Number 1, the IMO that I talked about earlier should have some type of lead system in place. Typically, you can buy $3 leads, or you can, buy $10 leads, depending on the type of leads that you want. You can buy old leads for $1 or $2. So go to your IMO and you can just buy lists of leads. Okay. The second way that I also did it is I actually work with a lead vendor. So after I had decent results with the IMO leads, I wanted to go ahead and find like a better vendor to get my acquisition costs down a little bit. I was spending too much on leads. So I was like, let's find a better lead vendor. There's a lot of money to be made in leads, and better leads that you have, the more likelihood you're going to be successful here. So then you can just find lead vendors, go on Google and look up final expense lead vendors or barely insurance lead vendors, and you can find a whole slew of people that you can have generate your leads if you don't have the skill of going out there and generating your leads. Or the third way that was the most profitable for me was actually on Facebook. So wherever seniors, because there's 10,000 of them every single day, are scrolling, whether it's TikTok or Facebook, you can generate leads on there. It's a whole different skill set. You can see here, I was generating $6 leads on Facebook. Here's a look into my campaign. And ultimately, I created an ad that looked like this, where basically seniors would see it's like a funeral insurance policy, because there's seniors that are looking for this, I promise you, where they can click on it and they can click the learn more button. They can put their first name, they can put their last name, they can put who their beneficiary is. They become a lead, they fill it out, and that lead then becomes your opportunity. Okay. Now, after you have your leads, it is time to sell these people. Let me teach you how this works. You can see some pictures of me. One picture, I was in a lady's house. I was actually I was calling her up on the phone, going to her house, and then selling her the product. Didn't do that too long. Went into some really sketchy houses. But the main way that I did it is even selling 3 or 4 or 5 policies every single day, literally doing $2,000 in commissions or $1,000 in commissions per day. You can see here, I sold over 3 people, just doing it all from my living room, which was the coolest thing. And I literally built this business and side hustle in my house, in my bedroom, and you can do this as well. Okay, so you have 2 ways. You can either sell them in person or you can close them over the phone. I prefer the one call close. Now, the coolest thing is that you can see right below, there's a video that I actually have where I showed you exactly the sales process in my script. So click on that video and just write down my script. I also have a script video in my YouTube channel, and you can literally see the script that I have that has helped me sell hundreds of thousands of dollars and even $1 million of this product. Okay, really cool. So then what you're going to do is you're going to make about 200 to 400 dials per day. Yes, this is not an easy get rich quick. Basically, you're sitting in your living room, you have your lead list, you're going to call them, you get Ms. Betty on the phone, and and you're going to help her understand what is her problem. Her problem is, when I die, my daughter is going to be stuck with my funeral expenses. Okay, so then you're going to go ahead and be the broker. So you understand what the problem is, then you're going to be the broker. And that broker is someone who's going to shop around. So what I use and what helps me understand what product is best, because you might not know, what company do I sell them? I use what's called like a toolkits, an insurance toolkits product, something like this. And you can literally just go on there and you have to become a little bit of a medical expert. You're going to have to learn certain medications like amlodipine, lisinopril, and you're going to shop the market for Miss Betty and find her the best life insurance. Just like if you're buying car insurance, are you going to go with Geico? Are you going to go with Allstate? Well, you need a professional to find that for you, and you're that professional. So what you're going to do is then you're going to ask medical questions. What's your height? What's your weight? And certain companies, like for example, Mutual of Omaha, if someone has COPD, probably not the best plan for them, but Aetna will take them with COPD. So you're going to be able to find the best product if they have diabetes, or if they have COPD, or if they have kidney disease, or if they're on dialysis. A lot of these seniors, unfortunately, are a little sick, so you have to pair them based on their illnesses to put them in the best product. Okay, so then you're going to do your research. You're going to find the best product. Let's say for this example, it is Mutual of Omaha. Then you're going to pull up your rates. You're going to go ahead and pitch them a $10,000 or $15,000 or $20,000, up to $40,000 of this product. And Miss Betty is going to say, I want the $20,000. Okay, that means she made a buying decision and it's almost time to get paid. So then what you're going to do is you're going to actually process the policy or do the application. So all over the phone. Yes, all over the phone or in person, you're going to get who her beneficiary is. You're going to get her banking information. You're going to get her social. You're going to get when she wants to pay for this policy. And you are going to submit this policy. It's crazy. Once you do that, you're then going to submit the application. She will get medically approved. And when you get medically approved, she is signed up for a life insurance policy and it's time for you to get paid. So let me explain the commission product. But check this out. We're an independent broker. You had the product, you found the client, and now you get paid generously because you did all that hard work. So here's a commission tracker of how kind of the commissions work in burial insurance or life insurance. Okay, so let's say you can see Miss Betty, let's say her premium was $100 per month. So she's going to pay $100 so that when she dies, her daughter is going to get a $30,000 policy. Okay, so what that means, she takes $100, you times that by 12 because that's what's called your annual premium. Okay, so you take your 100 times it by 12 because she's going to pay for that for 12 months or more. You want her to pay for that after 12 months, you're going to get more residuals as well. Okay, so you take 100 times that by 12, you get 1,200 annual premium. You multiply that by your commission rate. Now the commission rate for this example is 110%. You can get a 60% commission, you get a 70% commission, you get 100%. Average is 100 to 120. Like, there's your commission rate depending on where your IMO sits. That's why it's important that you're following through here. So you take 1,200 times that by 110%. You get $1,320 is what you've made on that policy if she pays for it for 12 months. But typically, you're going to get what's called the advance portion. The advance is what's actually going to hit your bank account because you have to wait. This is your 9-month or your 6-month advance. Okay, you're going to take the $1,320, multiply that by 75% or 0.75. That's if you sold what's called a day one simplified issue product. There's no waiting period. If you sold what's called a guaranteed issue product, meaning that they're a little unhealthy and they are, a little older, you're going to get typically what's called a guaranteed issue product, which is only going to give you a 50% advance. So depending on the type of product, an A product, let's say for this example, is going to give you 70%, 75%, and a B product, because they're a little bit unhealthy, is going to give you 50% of it, the advance. At the end of the day, for this example, let's say we got the 75% advance, we would have made $990 in front end cash collected from the sale. So basically, you're able to take a $6 lead, as I showed you earlier, get them on the phone, find them the best product because they're trying to cover their burial expenses, sign them up, get their banking account, their routing, but their beneficiaries, and be the middleman selling the policy. And within 2 to 5 business days, typically you're going to get paid, or when their policy starts on that day, as long as the transaction goes through, you will get nearly $1,000. And that is what I did. And I was able to literally work from home as a middleman, what's called an independent broker. Stumbled upon the life insurance industry, stumbled upon final expense, stumbled upon finding a good IMO, got a good contract rate, kind of learned how to buy leads, learned how to sell over the phone, learned how to generate leads, got a list of leads, called them, closed them, and received high commissions. And that right there, step by step, is the exact way, craziest way. I never thought I'd be doing this. Learned how to make 6 figures every single year since getting in this industry as an initial side hustle, and it completely changed my life. And I hope this video helped you explain how you can do it for yourself as well. Cheers.